Greetings and salutations once again, my friends. I am Jesse Lynn, and this is Long Car Rides with Jesse. As you can see, I'm in my car, and I'm also bundled up because it's cold out. It's like 30 degrees outside, and it's almost April, which it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because personally, I'm ready for spring. At this time of year, I don't think it should be cold. I think toward April, it should be maybe a high of 60 with occasional clouds. Light wind out of the northwest, maybe. And some buds forming on the trees. But not this time. Another cold snap moving south from Canada, our neighbor to the north. And unfortunately, we have to deal with this again. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be even colder. It's going to be 20. Which, for this time of year where I live in the state of Tennessee, it's not that common. I know people that live up north farther are probably laughing at me right now, which is fine. That's fine. I'm from up north originally. It's just been a while since I've lived up there. So I've kind of forgotten how it is. So, yes, this is first one I've done like this in a while. I really haven't had anything to talk about, so I haven't bothered to make one of these. I've decided to rebrand my little video series because all I do is sit here and talk. It's basically like a podcast for your eyes, if you will. You don't even need to watch me talk. You don't need to see me. All you have to do is put this video on and go off and wash dishes, do laundry, read a book, you know, do whatever, some lawn work, plug it into your ear holes. You don't even need to see me. You just need to hear my sweet, docile tones streaming into your ear holes. And so trying to think of things to say. I had a birthday yesterday, which was okay as birthdays go, I suppose. It was nice. Turned 27 years of age, which is kind of scary because it means in 3 years I'm going to be 30. And I never really anticipated reaching the age of 30 in my life, but there you are. One of these days I'm going to eventually get a prostate exam, which is another scary thought. But that's neither here nor there. Hopefully that's far on down the road. By at least a few years anyways. Because I'm not volunteering up for a prostate exam. So don't ask. And a lot of people wished me happy birthday. Thank you. It was greatly appreciated. It was very sweet. And I was humbled. And that's really about it. I lead a very boring life, as you can see. I go to Comic-Con every year. That's like the highlight of my year. That's when I become a social person. Otherwise, I'm a recluse. Yesterday, we got to see the first pics from the set of Avengers, Age of Ultron. Got to see Hawkeye, a.k.a. Hot Guy, a.k.a. Jeremy Renner, which I personally, I mean, he's okay looking as far as men go. He's very rough looking. Let me just put it that way. So I know a lot of women like that rough look. I don't, but to each their own. If you put him next to Chris Hemsworth, I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer. I'd take Tom Hiddleston. And we got the first pics of Jeremy Renner. We got Elizabeth Olsen, who is playing Scarlet Witch. First time we have ever seen Wanda Maximoff ever on the big screen, which is going to be really, really cool. And Aaron Taylor Johnson as Pietro, a.k.a. Quicksilver. And I've got to be honest, I'm really digging the look of Scarlet Witch in this. She's got this kind of this, I don't know, it's like a grunge look going on. I think it looks kind of badass, to be honest with you. And she's got the red on, so you know it's Scarlet Witch. Quicksilver, I think he looks 10 times better than Evan Peters as Quicksilver in X-Men Days of Future Past, who, if you've seen any pictures of him, you know that he looks like an elderly woman with welder's goggles. And it just doesn't look very good. It looks... I really can't say a whole lot because I haven't seen the movie yet, and once I see the movie and actually see him in the film, it's quite possible I could change my mind. Perhaps his performance will make me go, you know what, I don't really care about the look. Screw the look. His performance makes up for it. We haven't seen him perform in this movie at all. We've seen him in a few pictures, and actually we saw him in the new trailer, which premiered yesterday, which, by the way, was fantastic. It was great. I watched it about 4 times at work. And I loved it. It's just like seeing Sentinels. We're seeing the epic death, which it looks like the epic death of Storm. I throw that epic in because I know a lot of people constantly hate on Halle Berry's Storm, and personally, and I can understand why. Halle Berry's she's an alright actress, but I personally never took much of an issue with her Storm. It never bothered me too much. So I don't really try to jump on the bandwagon of, oh, I hate Halle Berry's Storm, because I really don't hate Halle Berry's Storm. I tolerate Halle Berry's Storm. Sure, there are probably better actresses to play Storm, but I'm not too worried about it, to be honest with you. But go watch the trailer. It was great. And so we got to see Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen and Jeremy Renner on the set of Avengers Age of Ultron. And we also got to see which looked like a stand-in for Ultron, which was pretty neat. It was really crappy looking, but they're going to fix all that, obviously, in post-production with ILM and their wizardry behind the keys of a computer. And they were filming in Italy, so we got to see that. That was great. Meanwhile, we still don't have anything on the Batman-Superman movie. And I threw that in there because I know a lot of people are hating on DC, which is to each their own. I'm not. I will only hate on DC when I have legitimate reason to hate on them, like Green Lantern. I hated on that movie. But I'm very patiently waiting on Batman Superman news. And I know it's coming. Just gotta be patient. I know a lot of people don't have patience, but tough titty. Learn. Get some fucking patience. Anyways, also, we got our first look last week, I believe, at Deathlock in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which, I've got to be honest, his costume looks like crap. It's awful looking. It looks cheap. I mean, as big a studio as Marvel and ABC are, you would think they would be able to make a better costume for Deathlock than just some spandex and some glued on rectangles and squares, because it looks awful. It looks like crap. Meanwhile, over at the CW, Arrow is doing awesome. And I'm not hating on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is getting really good. It's getting way better. It started out very meh and slow and just sad, but it is getting better, and by the end of the season, I think it's going to have a very explosive season finale, which I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. The Clairvoyant is getting really good. Wanting to see how they're going to tie this all in together. And this Lady Sith episode was awesome. And at the CW, Arrow, which is awesome as always. And got our little tease of the woman who may or may not be Harley Quinn, but we all know she's Harley Quinn. Come on, it's a no-brainer. If you're not a comic book reader and you're just a fan of the show, well, then that cameo isn't going to mean a thing to you. But for us that read the comics, are big fans of the medium and the genre, that was a nerdgasmic moment. Hearing Tara Strong throw in that voice, because that Harley Quinn was not mentioned. She wasn't, her name wasn't specifically mentioned, but it was her voice. Come on. You know, you cuties need some counseling. I'm a trained therapist. Come on, everyone knows who that is. It's Harley. And that was pretty awesome. That was really awesome. That made me flail a lot on my couch. I do that a lot when I'm alone and around people that I trust. But that was really cool. Got to see that Suicide Squad, which is great. This week we get Birds of Prey, which is going to be even better. And Wednesday night is the series finale of Psych, a show that I got into about a year and a half ago. Never looked back. It's a brilliant show. It's fun. It's funny. Very well written. Great guest stars. It's going off the air for good. Sean and Gus are leaving me, and I am sad about that. And I'm going to have to find something to fill the void, which I don't know what it's going to be yet. But I guess I'm just going to have to look, because Psych is like one of the coolest shows ever, and I really love it. And I look forward every week to watching it, because it's just that cool. And now it's not going to be on anymore, so I guess I'm going to have to go back and rewatch all the episodes just to fill the void for the moment until I find something else, which is not going to be easy. I've ever since Lost ended, I've still been looking for that show to fill that void, and it's never happened. You know, I mean, I find shows that come close, but never one like Lost. You know, Hannibal's awesome. If you watch Hannibal's great. If you're not watching Hannibal, you need to go watch Hannibal, because it is a cool show. It's beautiful, it's gory, it's very macabre, dark, twisted, very well written, very well acted, and I love it, and it's great. Walking Dead ends this week. What is Terminus? Terminus is something, it's a warehouse. It just doesn't feel right to me. There's something very strange about Terminus, and I don't know what it is, but it almost seems like Woodbury Part 2, but not quite. It's more, I don't know, it's almost too good to be true, so I guess we'll see what's going on there with Terminus, and how they're going to end this season, because the last season finale was a bummer. Season 3 finale was kind of it ended on a very meh note, so I'm hoping this season finale will end on an explosive note, which I think it will. And I believe that's everything I have to say right now. I'm driving to work, so I'm going to work today, and then I'm going to go home and watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Supernatural. Yay! And I'm excited. Captain America comes out a week from Friday here in the United States. All you lucky bastards overseas got to see it early, which I'm really jealous, but there's nothing I can do about it, because I don't live over there. I live here in North America. So there. I will talk to you guys later. You have a great day. Keep calm. Nerd on. This is the Nerd Truth. Goodbye. There's a town on the coast, on the path of Father Sarah. Wealthy white guys in boats call the U.S. Riviera, with a dark, dirty secret soon to be unfurled. It's the murder capital of the world.